damn it.
The pungent aroma of animal waste, body odor, and cotton candy fills the air. Your mom's new friend, Chet, has decided that some quality guy time at the ramshackle service. At the ramshackle circus. I wrote this.
You know what? Let's start over. Let's go ahead and start over.
Start over.
Not the show, the bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The pungent aroma of I'll tell you what it was. I was looking up to make sure everything was recording and I didn't fuck it up like I did last time.
I see. The problem is you usually write a lot more eloquently than you typically speak. So it's your own self kicking you in the nuts.
Yeah.
Is what it is. Yeah,
it really is.
Your brain's real smart, but your tongue's real country.
Oh,
Hold on, let me crack my Coors Light for this. I can't because it's in the koozie. I'm too hungover for all of this. All right, perfect. All right,
here we go.
Take 3.
Let's go on this journey together.
Sure.
The pungent aroma of animal waste, body odor, and cotton candy fills the air. Your mom's new friend, Chet, has decided that some quality guy time at the ramshackle circus trudging through the area is exactly what you need to toughen you up. While not ideal, it's still better than when the friend before him, Snake, showed up at your modern dance class, called you Twinkle Toes, and drug you out of there into your first underground cockfight. You had no idea why he was taping those razor blades to your tiny, soft pink fists until you were marched into the ring and had to make the hardest choice of your young life. To this day, you still can't eat fried chicken. You are snapped back to the present as the various acts half-heartedly perform for the smattering of weekend dads and sad-eyed kids in the stands. You lock eyes with a girl about your age. No smiles, just knowing nods, and back to staring at the lion tamer and what you're pretty sure is just a Burmese mountain dog with a bath mat stapled to it. Suddenly, the ringmaster steps into a spotlight that is really just a flashlight held in the shaky hands of a septuagenarian slugging off of a plastic handle of Crystal Palace and mumbling about that bitch Deborah. The unsteadiness of the light gives it all an even more ominous feel. The ringmaster lets out a raspy bellow. Ladies and gentlemen, weekend dads doing their best. Are you ready for the most terrifying creatures you've ever laid eyes on? Creatures that should have been forgotten to the annals of time. Creatures that we have no idea how they have survived to this point. Prepare yourselves for atrocities unknown. Jacobson, send in the clowns. The squeaky wheels of an old red wagon can be heard, building the horrible anticipation. Suddenly, an overweight possum can be seen emerging into the shakily held light. Retching and pulling with all of his might, you swear you hear him say, "Ta-da," as 2 bleary-eyed figures are seen falling out of the wagon. They stand, face the crowd, and your heart stops. If you don't change your ways, this is your future, and you are chilled to the bone. It's Zig and Larry ignore a topic. Thank you, sir. Thank you, buddy. Thank you.
See, the cold opens are beautiful. I love them.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I couldn't have done it better.
Well, I wrote it, and apparently I have not had enough to drink to get the shakes out because I stuttered through everything I wrote. Maybe, Gideon's right. He's like, you write this and then you just go read it. Why don't you read it out loud like 3 or 4 times before you do it on the show? And I was like, cuz I like the realism on the show. I like people knowing that my brain's real smart, but my tongue's real
country. Yeah, that is part of the shtick, is that we're the D plus effort. If we really went above and beyond, then we wouldn't be number 19 in Denmark according to the bots this month.
Yes, the bots let us know that we are number 19 in Denmark. However, hey, I'll take it. We're 179th here in America.
Hey, man, we've hit all the way up to 56 at one point, and a lot of times we're off the charts. So yeah. I'm not sure. Insert joke here. It says insert joke here. Shit,
Insert.
I messed it up.
Yep. Shoot. That's most of our script. I know I send a script every week, and it's just insert joke here.
Nipple stuff. Does that work?
Yep, that did it. Phil, we are the choose your own adventure of podcasts. just do it yourself. Figure it out. Like
Yeah.
we're a choose your own adventure if that choose your own adventure just hit the page and all the choices were blank, and at the bottom it just said figure it the fuck out. I don't know.
Figure yourself out. Probably quicksand. Probably you died in quicksand. I don't know. Thanks for your $5.99, $7.99 Canadian.
We're that's it. We're gonna do a series of choose your own adventure books that are just blank, so you can just mad lib your way through that shit.
And one erasable pen. Remember old erasable pens
Oh
that
my
didn't erase?
God.
It's just, here you go. Here's your frustration. There
Yeah.
you go. We almost did artwork on the cover.
Well, what I loved about the erasable pen, it wasn't erasable ink. It just rubbed the first layer of paper off.
That was the idea,
Yeah.
certainly. But what you did was you just rubbed a hole through your 3-ring binder, and just like I can see all the way to the bottom of the Trapper Keeper now. I know where the secrets are.
Because I don't know if you were poor like me.
Yes.
Yes, but you didn't get the good paper for it, like the good white paper in the spiral. You get the loose leaf, like
Oh yeah.
and you could see the wood chips in the
Yep.
shit. Yeah. Yeah, and so that, like, if a stiff breeze came along, it just disintegrated. You'd be like,
yeah, I think it was called Good Enough for the Indigent loose leaf paper. I think it was the name of the company. Yeah.
My buddy over here has got college rule. I've got community college rule. Not shitting on community colleges; they're great.
Man, you backpedal too much. I'll just straight up and I'll just say the N-word.
What?
I mean, no. That's the one thing I won't talk about backpedaling. So what I like to do is dig a hole and live in it for a while.
I don't. Yeah, unlike Bill Burr, who digs a hole and then crawls his way out, and at the end you want to help him out of that hole. We dig the hole and we just sit in the muck at the bottom and go.
Yeah, I believe at that point is just called a grave.
Oh, that's what that is.
That's what it is. Yeah.
That's what's in the backyard that Nicole keeps telling me. Just go sit down there for a while, see if it sticks. It's pretty comfy. I'll tell you, it's pretty comfy down here.
I'd like to tell you a quick story about my hangover.
Yeah, please. It seems like you've cultivated quite the.
Yeah, I typically don't get huge hangovers anymore. Mostly because my internal organs have died, but also because I don't really like get after it all that much like I used to. Even when we go out, like when you go out here, as opposed in Chicago, Chicago has one of the only few amazing public transportation like systems in the country. Boston is a great one. LA's is garbage. New York is perfect, but you can get to basically anywhere you want on one train or a train and a bus, conceivably 2 trains. It depends, but and you can do it for like $20 a week or something. You know what I mean? Like it takes nothing. So me and Angie used to do that a lot, but now that we have to drive everywhere, long story short is that one of us, let's be honest, it's her, will be the designated driver. She'll have like a glass of wine or 2, and but I don't like to get like just schmammered next to her because that's just ridiculous, and we don't really like get after it. Well, yesterday we were celebrating the victory of getting our house finalized from Friday. I can go through all that. I really don't want to, but I want to tell you it almost went tits up over $1.
Yeah.
$1 worth of extra coverage for flood insurance almost went tits up because I need to have 3 people to say, "Do you want my dollar?" Well, we can't accept $1. Well, how much is extra coverage? $1. Great. I need coverage for $1,000 more a year, and it costs me $1 right now for premium. Right. So here's my dollar. I will wire this wherever you want. No, we can't. We don't have a system that only takes $1.
I'll fax you the dollar. What do you want?
This is your rules. Let me play by them. So, long story short is we decided to hell with it. We so yesterday what we've always wanted to do, we took the trolley, which comes from right in front, not terribly far from where we live now, down
You
to
live in a
Central
place with a
Avenue.
trolley.
Yeah, well, it's not like it's not like a cable car or anything. It's basically a bus that looks like a trolley. There's a
Okay.
city bus and there's like the fancier one that looks just cute. That's all
Okay.
they do.
All right.
But this goes down to Central Avenue, and that is where like all the stuff is, all the groovy bars and restaurants. But also, if you go 2 blocks to the right of that, you're in all the brew pubs. So we went on a
Oh.
craft brewery tour. We treated ourselves. But you think you're going to do a lot. We hit, and I think that we hit 4 breweries, 1 restaurant, and a bar. And somewhere in between 3 and 4 of those, there was another wine bar that we walked in and walked out of because it confused us. And we weren't able to speak about it. Breweries down here are spectacular. They all have basically the same thing. There's probably going to be some guy like who is singing and playing music from our CD collection from 1996. It's spectacular. It's all Silverchair for some reason and Pearl Jam 10. It's and you're like, oh shit, tacos are two for $8, honey. Let's get one of those. So and then they have that, and they all have bar games, outdoor games. Everybody has their dog. And it's all you go and sample their beers. What you forget is that craft beers down here are roughly 6 to 7%.
Mm-hmm.
Which don't sound like much, but after you do it for a while, you're walking around in the sunshine. It's enough.
Yeah.
It's enough. So we did that. We had a grand old time, especially because it's like I don't have to drive anywhere. She got after 3 of those like high octane Canadian fucking strength beers. She's like, we should streak. No, honey, let's not do that. Okay,
Let's
you want to get
not.
tattoos? I do. Do you want one? Yes. No, I know you don't. So let's not. We
Yeah,
we
because you'd wake up and she'd be like, "What the fuck is this? You got
yeah,
a tattoo.
exactly.
Why did you let me get a tattoo? You're a
Because
grown woman."
you were conscripted, and you would have stabbed me if I told you no. Now you're gonna stab me because I told you okay.
Yeah,
Eh, damned if I do, one not if I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but yeah, so we wandered around. They're all basically the same of like different levels, but they're all fucking delightful. Everybody who works there is delightful. All the people there are delightful. They're just like out in the middle of a Saturday playing fucking like Jenga that's 8 feet tall and playing with their dogs and their friends. Like that's so great. We decided after a while we kind of like graze, and I was like, you know what? Maybe for our last hurrah today, when I was still mildly just buzzed, it's like,
Uh-huh.
let's go. There's this place called Lila, something like that, but it's a wine bar restaurant kind of place. I was like, I would love a glass of wine, some charcuterie. I was like, let's just sit down, have some meat and some cheese and some fruit, a couple glasses of wine, call it a day.
Yeah, great.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's what I thought too. But here is the issue. You walk in and they open at 4, and at this point it was 5. We'd been out since noon. We walked into the first brewery. We were the first people there because they all open at noon. Um, and so we were fine enough, but not fine enough to quote War and Peace. And we walk in, and she just goes, yeah, Angie, party of 2, please. Do you have reservations? No, just sure, we'll get you a sat, no problem. And then we were assaulted by a woman who goes, red, white, rosé, still, or sparkling. Like, we're in a small room with 2 women frantically pouring booze for 8 people. Wine. I'm like, I don't understand. We just wanted to like have a table. She said, yes, red, white, rosé, still, or sparkling. And it's rosé. Like we got down to the point where we both had a taste, and she was aggressively like, okay, so this bottle is $38. And I went, I don't know what we're doing. Can we sit down at a table and order food and booze? Like, no. This is the tasting room, and then you go in there, and then Ange goes, "Can we leave?" We absolutely can. So then we went and found a place that made us ceviche and Cuban sandwiches, and after that went, there's a lesbian bar over there with a band called the Salty Nun. Beer and a shot, then call it. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the only time I've ever left a wine bar going, I don't understand your business model. I don't know what you want out of me.
I yeah, that wine bars can be so much. They're just much. They're
The
just much.
chill ones are spectacular.
Yeah. Like we're a friend of ours is opening a wine bar here in Springfield. Just it's going to be on Adams Street, which is great because Adams Street has they call themselves the Adams family. You got Buzz Bomb, you got Moxo, you got all these great places. And so she's like, "Yep, I want to open it here, and it's gonna be awesome." And she has asked me a few times for input because being a simpleton, she wants to make sure it's comfortable for dum-dums like me as
Mhm.
well.
Yeah,
And
fair.
I appreciate that. I'd be like, yes, because don't be like, what do you want? This is a tasting room. Do you want this? Do you want that? I just want a table. I want a sandwich, and to not be yelled at, please.
10 years ago, well, shit, 15 at this point, I was a level one sommelier. I understand wine. I don't understand what you're doing currently.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, dude. I did a Friday night. I did a show at Walker's Bluff Winery down in Southern Illinois. And
Good
this,
name.
yeah, Walker's Bluff, and it is a multi-million-dollar uh, establishment. Like they have a tasting cave. There is, I'll send you some pictures. There's a dining
You
cave.
taste, hold on, do you taste the cave?
Um,
You just pay money to go there and lick the walls of a
yes,
old mine
yes.
and say limestoney, and then that's like 18
And then
bucks.
you hallucinate for about 20 minutes.
There's the draw.
You,
That makes sense to me
yeah,
now.
you shit somebody else's pants, and then they sell you a bottle of wine and
Which
shove
one
it
of you
out the door.
cocksuckers shit my pants?
Ah, man, somebody shit my pants. It wasn't me. I Mango Bob.
Yeah, this is what you do. You buy a koozie that's built specifically for pints. It just says Mango Bob on it.
I love it. I love it. But yeah, I got asked to do this show. Showed up not realizing just how nice it was. Because I walk in with a trucker hat and my good black t-shirt on.
The
And I was like,
Nyson?
the nicen, the
Yeah.
nicen. And I was like, oh man, and Gideon came with me because he was the producer was like, it's a winery, just bring him if he wants to come hang out. He can come hang out. It'll be fun. And so he's like in shorts and a t-shirt, and he was like, I'm going to hide because we see people like coming in and like super nice clothes, and they're all dressed up, and he was like, nope, I'm not going to be with the general. I was like, just act like you own the place. And he's like,
Yeah.
fuck that. Nope, nope. I'm just going to go hide. And he found like down the hallway, this stone hallway, all these high-backed leather chairs. And so he's just sitting there, and every one of the cute little waitresses that worked there just kept walking by and being like, you need anything? Can I get you anything? And he was like, no, I'm good. He's like,
Find the one that will bring me wine. That's what I
yeah,
want.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which one of you
Who
will
will
not charge me?
obviously illegally bring me booze? That's what I want.
I want. I would like my old man to have to carry me to the car.
Find the one who will bring me wine, also thinks the fact that I own a spear is spectacular. And I will make her my shield maiden and we will ride off into the sunset. That's what I would like. How about something to eat? Sure, yeah, something to eat.
Yeah,
That'd be
that'd be
great.
great too.
Yeah, pork products, please.
Yeah, something porky. But yeah, so Amber, the who was producing the show, she was like, "Oh, we got to do pictures." And at first I was like, "Yeah," and then I see how awesome this place is. Like, "Fuck it, yeah, I'll do some," because they ended up being good pictures. She looked at Gideon and she's like, "You're gonna take pictures too," and he's like, "I am not," and she's like, "Oh, you will," and she's a rad person. Amber's just great. If you're listening, check out Southern Illinois Comedy and Amber Clear because
Hi, Amber.
she does a great job. But so we go down to the tasting cave, and it really is like built into a cave,
Nice.
and has this giant stone like semicircle with a break in it, so the person who's doing the tasting, like explain it, can stand in the middle and talk to people lined up around this giant stone. It looks like someplace because in the middle is like this stone podium as well. It looks like that's where they do the rituals. It's real.
You just air quoted rituals, but I don't think that it needs them.
I,
Like literal rituals.
I,
That's where it happens.
yeah, it's where the fuck rituals happen. But so Amber looked at Gideon. She's like, "I'm getting pictures of you. Just hop up on this thing, just and do. We're gonna do something silly." And he was like, "Can I get up on here?" And she turned around and went, "This place, this room alone cost several $1,000,000 to make. I think they can afford a few butt prints and shoe prints on the table if I get up there. And as soon as she said that, his eyes lit up and he was like, "Ooh, mischief." And he just he was into it. And there's a picture, I will send you this picture. He's sitting there and he's got this like she caught him at just the right time. It looks like Loki broke into the Great Hall when he wasn't supposed to be there and
Nice.
decided to shit in Odin's cup. It was just
Ah.
he's just got this look on his face like, ha ha ha, fuck you. Fuck the rich. Tricks galore. It was, yeah, but I was so the the other guy I was working with, Dave, he at least had a shirt, wearing jeans, but a shirt with buttons. And hey, Smith, you want to do a show at a multi-million-dollar winery? Sure. Still ain't gonna wear a shirt with buttons though. I definitely ain't tucking it in. Boop doop doo. Deal
This
with
bitch
it.
has snaps. Click, 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 click.
Yeah. Yeah, I if I had known, because I thought I knew which winery it was. And as I was like, oh no, it's pretty casual. And then I pulled up and I was like, fuck. I probably should have tried this time. But yeah, Walker's Bluff somehow has gotten around the Illinois law. They're building a fucking casino near the winery. Yeah, I don't know how they're doing it, but it doesn't matter to me.
How does one shit money at that point? Like, just how is that? Because I've been shitting a lot, and very rarely, every once in a while, a nickel, but that's because I had a weird day 2 days before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, in order to earn 15 cents, I had to eat a nickel, and I got the dime as payment. And then I had to fish for the 15.
I believe at this point my anus is making change. I don't understand.
Hold on. There you go. You got change for $1? Sure do. Give me a second.
I'd suggest a hose and some chopsticks to find your change. It's going to be in the pile I have left.
It's in the bucket.
Did you have to leave it on the welcome mat? I didn't have to. I chose to.
I chose to. For you. Thank you, my friend. Yeah, we went fishing yesterday.
Nice.
We're fishmen now.
I still desperately want to go fishing out here.
Yeah,
but only if I can cook the shit that I get.
Yeah,
like, that's the whole McGilla right there.
Gideon and I decided we were not good at fishing.
You put small animals on a hook and you hope to get big animals out of the water.
Yeah, we were unable to accomplish. Yeah.
Did you do part A at least?
Well,
did you find water? Did you have at least a stick with a string on it?
We had stick with a string.
Okay.
That actually I tied Gideon to and threw him in the water and told him just find a hole and stick your hand in there and see what happens.
See, here's the thing. That's a lot of really good advice, but not for that situation.
Right.
So did you purchase the stick with the string?
No, that was Friday night when he was talking to the waitresses. I was like, find a hole and stick your hand in there.
Yeah, and ask for permission later.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh boy.
No, that was the 80s.
Yeah, that was the 80s. Yeah. We've got fishing gear. We bought some live bait. At least we thought we did. It was a container. It said live bait.
Very good.
Told you the kinds of worms that were in there.
Understood.
We didn't open it up. We took it at face value that since it was for sale.
It's a weird fucking bluff. If there aren't worms in this live bait container, I'm guessing it's with like styrofoam things with the plastic lid on the top, and you just see dirt in there. Correct. Yep. You got boned. Did you?
Speaking of which, that's still in the back of the car because well, we went to go get some worms out and we're digging around and we're like, motherfucker didn't put any worms in here. There's no worms. We found they were supposed to be like up to 3 inches long, plump red worms. And we're like, cool. Because, even if you've got like 4 worms, you've now got 8 worms because you can cut them in half.
Yeah, on purpose or accident.
Yeah, and they just grow themselves back. It's rad. And so we're digging around and finally I found a worm. And he was like just slightly thicker than the string. Like
you found the knobby of worms.
Yeah.
I'd give him a sock so he could be a real boy.
And he was maybe an inch and a half long, and I was like, well, this guy's, I can't even put him on a hook because the hook won't fit into his little body.
How much is it? And a fish won't give a fuck.
No, I don't even. I just bought it with some other things. I didn't pay attention, but I was like,
Yeah,
"Can
you're not
you?"
going to go dig it around. You take that shit on face value. I get
Yeah.
it.
And Gideon is just cracking it. So we had some spinner bait, or some spinner lures.
Did you buy it from a gentleman called Dr. Hello Kitty?
It was in his backpack along with
See,
a.
there's the issue. That is literally just potting soil that he stole
Oh,
and a couple of deli containers from the local Chipotle. That's all that was.
damn it, Doctor Hello Kitty, you got me again. I bought the hubcap, not metal, still
No,
not
not at
metal.
all. And
But I messed up.
he's still surprised.
It was a package deal.
And that's the bitch. What you can't take it back to the bait store because it was probably what, like $3.99 or whatever the fuck it was. Like you can't take it back to the bait store. Like there was no worms in here. It's like, well, looks like you dug through it, sir. I can't
Yeah,
prove. Like we're really gonna go to fucking toes about the fact that you sold me a small thing of dirt. Are we doing that?
I paid $4 for dirt. Yeah, because that was the other thing. She couldn't get
Guaranteed 3 big plump red worms and then a very small print. Prove it, bitch. Good luck proving it, bitch.
No one's going to believe you.
No one's going. Yeah, sanctioned by Bill Murray. No one's going to believe you, Institute.
I love that story. So I feel like maybe it's about time we toss it to our sponsor.
Oh, we should still do some new ones of those.
We should. You're right. Like right now, or no?
Let's do one after this, then we'll put it in here.
Okay. Yeah, do one after this and then stick it in.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we like. Doing it after, sticking it in.
That's why it smells that way.
1.
Seamless.
All right, guys. Woo! We are back, and we
D
are
plus
ready.
meat catchers.
D plus meat
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein, Dr. Hello
stuff.
Kitty.
Pisky.
Pisky. The family Pisky. All right. So, you know that when I do a cold open like that, I try to tie it in somehow.
Do you now?
I try to tie it into our subject.
I've caught on to your wicked schemes. Yes, sir, I have.
You certainly have. It's I know I'm very clever, but man,
Yeah, you are. You just can't read what you've written.
You are clever. You just can't read.
Yeah, exactly. I
right
write
there.
so eloquently. These stories of prose are beautiful, and then I look at them and I go, "Ba ba 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 ba." Carol Burnett. It's like that's not what you wrote, buddy. I know.
Those aren't the words. I'm like, what's the damn it, the little creature from Futurama, the little black creature with the bulb on his head.
Oh, the thing that eats he shits out antimatter or whatever.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. I don't know.
Yeah, because on the everything that comes out of
Carl?
him is just like, but on the inside he's most eloquent. And that's me. That's me. I'm like the girl with Down syndrome from Glee.
Good night, everybody.
Because Becky, she was the only part of that show that I like. Literally,
I'm mostly just upset that you watched Glee. I have no idea.
I did not watch Glee. I watched segments with Becky, and Nicole would yell for me to come in because Becky was great because she was such an asshole. But a funny asshole. Like they wrote that part perfectly where everyone was like, we need to be nice to her and we need to be careful around her because she has Down syndrome. And she's like, bitch, fuck you. I'm smarter than all of you put together. She was the only character on the show that wasn't awful. I loved her. But like her inner monologue was Helen Mirren.
Literally?
Yeah.
I know nothing about this show outside of the fact that there was a cripple kid.
Was there?
There's a guy in a wheelchair that actually wasn't in a wheelchair in real life, and people were up in arms about that for a while.
Well, they definitely couldn't be up in legs.
No, they could. He couldn't, but his character could.
Somebody's going to listen to that, and if you better have a sense of humor about that, because I'm not. I don't feel bad. But yeah, literally Helen Mirren was her inner monologue. So
Nice.
like when they would, it was great. It was great. Like, but again, ask me about Glee, I have no clue. You asked me about Becky or Becca or something.
Ask me about this character. Hold on. The name is a little sketchy, if I'm honest. But however, I know everything about her except for the name of the character.
Name.
Ugh.
That tells you how, again, Nicole would just be like, you want to come in and watch this part? I do.
2 months
She's
later, we
awesome.
found out it was literally Roberta. It's like, shit, I was way off, wasn't I? Yeah. What do you remember? Like, I just remember just jerking off to Helen Mirren's voice. Like, yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, that'll do
I
it.
get that. I get that.
Character's name was Penelope.
Fuck. How did I screw that up?
How did I screw up
Lack of
Penelope?
attention to detail, I suppose. Do, 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 do.
I don't pay attention to much. Okay. Why does that do that? My stupid computer. God, I think I need a new one. All right, Zig. Today's topic, I'm going to just share screen with you because
Very good.
I want you to see. I want you to see.
Look in my eyes while I do this. Jesus.
Are you looking?
Hmm.
Today we're talking about Glurpo the Clown.
What the fuck am I? Okay. The unexplained semicolon. Who was Glurpo the Clown?
Also, the strange soggy saga of Glurpo,
What
San
the
Marcos's underwater clown.
fuck am I?
And what
Okay.
I meant to do is have this screen up so you could just see. Here's a close up of Glurpo. Here's Glurpo swimming by.
Oh, that first shot was him. He was
He's
underwater.
underwater. He's an underwater clown. That's I don't know what this.
Oh my giddy odd. What the
What is this?
flying?
We're just gonna go to that. We're just gonna go to that.
What's a Glurpo?
Look, look, kids, it's Glurpo the Clown.
Oh, Lord. Uh, that's
Is he going
a
to
man.
emerge? Oh
uh,
my God! There's
oh my
Glurpo.
God. So this is a lunatic in a clown costume and a rubber mask, sucking on an air hose and coming up like in some manner of beluga whale enclosure, the underground level, and screaming at children.
Yep. This so he was part of a larger
Ooh.
Aqu- Aquarna Springs.
Sure, that's the least weird thing that's happened to me in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah. He was part of a so there was an underwater show where people could go and look at the mermaids, but he'll float too. Nice.
Oh my God.
Come gather round, readers, and I'll tell you a tale about a clown neath the water who swam like a whale, a rubber face, pointy eyebrows, and pupils askew. Yeah.
A red nose that screamed, "You'll float too."
So San Marcos River boasted what it deemed the world's only submarine theater, where underwater ballerinas called the Aquamaids performed to sold-out crowds several times a day. The shows made a splash with not only local but national audiences when one of the Aquamaids got married in the theater in 1954. Life magazine dedicated a two-page photo spread to it, including the detail that the bride had sewn little lead balls under the hem of her wedding gown to maintain decency underwater.
Okay.
Ralph the Swimming Pig.
Wow. What the fuck is going on? Okay.
The Greg Louganis of Porkerdom.
That is
Porkerdom.
not a thing. Hold on. Ralph the Swimming Pig, who Molly Ivins once deemed the Greg Louganis of Porkerdom. This Molly bitch has got way too much time on her hands. Okay.
So it was open from. Now it makes sense that people liked this because it was 1950 and there was nothing else to do.
pretend to finger in a cornfield, I guess.
You know, your dad was fresh out of World War II with untreated PTSD and a drinking problem. Your mom had what the doctor cutely referred to as hysteria, which just means that she wasn't getting orgasms on a regular basis.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And your dad wasn't giving them to her because on top of that untreated PTSD, he had a closeted homosexuality that was
Whoa.
uh, un acceptable in society at that time. So he and his friends Dave, Phil, and Greg were constantly going on fishing and hunting trips together, while your mom was just fist fucking quaaludes into her own face, downing them with dry martinis and sitting on top of the vacuum cleaner in hopes that maybe Greg's wife will come over and they can try that thing again.
I'm just picturing some poor 16-year-old attempting to get to a hugely unshaved bush through a poodle skirt and all the ruffles.
Well, I made it past the ruffles, and then there was the underbrush, and
Yeah. There's a reason why everybody died in their 50s of a massive heart attack back
yeah,
then, because they were ready.
yeah. Well, what else was there? You chain smoke, you ate quaaludes, you started drinking at 10 a.m. It was great.
And the food was hot dogs and jello. Like,
Mhm.
that's
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that that whole put everything in gelatin bullshit started because somebody's mom was looted out of her mind.
yeah.
And dad was just like, fuck it, just eat it. Just shut the fuck up and eat it. And then he took 2 bites, stood up, and went, I'm going down to the Elks Club, and went and had a cheeseburger and left you alone with mom, who just all she does is watch I Love Lucy and cries because that's what she wants her life to be.
Don't forget to staple your nuts to your thighs. It's the 50s when everything was beautiful.
The 50s, a better time.
Let's get back to this fucking clown because I'm
Yeah, I want to get to the
terrified.
clown.
Yeah.
But you
So
gotta
they had
have
there was a pig that was the Greg Louganis. So he was gay and he jumped off a diving board and hit his head or something.
first pig with AIDS.
Thank you for going further than I did this episode. I
You're
appreciate that.
welcome. I don't know what's gotten into me today, but I know it's pouring out of me, and it is.
Oh, Greg Louganis gave him the AIDS. Is that
I'm not. No, Greg does not fuck pigs. Have you seen him? He's a beautiful man.
doesn't mean he's not
Maybe he.
live? Yeah.
You know what? Maybe he likes him chunky. We don't know. Okay, but this waterlogged wonderland was also the birthplace of an elusive creature whose story has more or less washed away with time,
Thank God.
though his image occasionally pops up in the darker corners of the internet. That creature is Glurpo, the world's first and hopefully only underwater clown.
Terrifying everyone
Um,
and
so
terrifying everyone.
let's see. I'm getting to the good stuff. Let's see. Fuck it, we'll just read this paragraph. Glurpo's precise birthday is unknown, but he showed up in San Marcos in the early 50s as an assistant and comic foil to the glamorous mermaid-like Aquamaids. The maids danced through. Look, I watched a fucking documentary about this place. Not once did they mention Glurpo.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, Bobcat Goldthwait also did. Oh, what was that? It was a show where he did like um little horror shorts, but they were kind of funny at the same time. Dude went to this park, a fictionalized version of it, and Bobcat didn't even put Glurpo in. So
just Glurpo's too much.
yeah,
Glurpo.
Glurpo. So do Glurpo serves the crucial purpose of holding onto the hose from the tank of compressed air that allowed the ladies, ultimately still bound by the laws of land mammaldom, to breathe. He kept a close eye on the lady. Says Bob Phillips, who performed as Glurpo during the 60s. Is Bob Phillips still alive? Can we talk to Bob Phillips?
He's in prison now for
Oh,
obvious crimes.
The obvious crimes. We don't need to get into that. As she gets through during God damn it, I am struggling today. As she gets through doing her ballet, after a minute and a half, you look for her hand, and when she opens up her thumb, you have to put the air hose in her hand right then. You have to be right there to do it because she really is out of breath at that time. So Glurpo was there to save the. I don't know what's with the air quotes today. What is wrong with me?
You'll be all right, sweetheart. Have a handful of jelly. No, so like how deep is this? Like, if you don't give her the air hose right now, she'll die. Are you 20 leagues down? Like, what the
Yes.
fuck? It's a pool, right? Why are we weighing down these women in a pool for the amusement-ish, in air quotes,
Because
of
again,
children
we did this.
or lunatics?
Um. Okay, stop vilifying. This is conjecture. I want to read the facts.
Okay.
I want the facts. Okay. It's because she's like, oh, clowns are evil. I mean, yeah, they're scary as fuck, but uh, d- but this, I just want to know the facts about Glurpo. God damn it. I am drinking. I'm going to drink this faster to see if the booze will help open up my brain.
That's probably a good call. That noise was spectacular. That came from the diaphragm.
Oh, okay. According to Maggie Younger, 91, who helped develop the show with Rogers and her then husband Don Russell, Glurpo was created because it seemed like clowns would be an interesting and entertaining element to enhance the underwater ballets.
Mm,
I don't.
that seems like it seemed like giving the elephants meth was a good call to make them work harder and stronger.
Yeah.
Like, you don't trust those people's opinions.
His suit was made of light nylon fabric. He had the rubber mask, of course, but had a tiny cowboy hat on top of it because it was Texas.
Just slap this 90-year-old woman. Bitch, did you put a nightmare in the pool? Tell me, did you put a nightmare? It seemed like a good idea. You put a nightmare in the pool. That's what you did.
It wasn't scary, recalls Shirley Rogers. The
Bullshit.
kids loved it.
Bullshit.
But you look at those kids from the 50s and the shit that they watched, and you're like, what is. Why? I mean, I get this was the only entertainment.
That's when serial killers started. Kids from the 50s. Like,
yes.
Glurpo wants me to kill this person with a claw hammer.
Glurpo wants me to take this and cut this this person up while they're still staring at me in the eyes, because only Glurpo will only be satisfied and be able to escape his soggy aquatic prison if I sacrifice your bits in a certain order.
Timmy's not weird. Boys will be boys. He just shoved the nozzle of a pressure washer up that live duck and hit go. Boys will be boys.
Boys will be boys.
That boy's going to be a monster, just so you know.
I feel like this would be a great time to put in Warren Zevon's Excitable Boy.
God damn it. What's your boy's favorite pastime? Oh, he's tearing a squirrel. What?
What? Oh, don't worry. He uses the bones to make cages for other squirrels.
When he starts, it's squirming, yes, but towards the end, he's just tearing the squirrel.
He's got such an active imagination and strong hands.
They'll scratch you up, but one leather glove makes it very easy to tear the squirrel. He just holds a glue trap in a leather glove. Here's what I'm saying. He holds a glue trap in a leather glove.
Yeah.
Attaches the squirrel to it.
Yeah.
Proceeds to tear the squirrel.
Tear the squirrel. Look at this. Look at this terrifying shit right here.
That is
Get us out of the way. Look at this.
The upside down clown underwater. I don't like don't don't increase the size. I know what it looks like. Oh, you bastard. Oh, good. I hope this all goes tits up for you.
It did go tits up.
Dude, hold on. There's two Glurpos in this photo.
Look at this sassy Glurpo. I don't know if I can say that. How do I make this? God, I'm so bad at technology.
Yeah, this whole episode's going tits up.
Look at this. Look at this, though. Look at his tiny little cowboy hat, though. Come on. That's terrifying. That's a
Yeah, it is very terrifying. It's over one eyebrow.
Yeah. Hey, look, it's Willie Nelson. They'll just put us over Willie so I'm not distracted.
Perfect
oh my
podcasting.
God. Vote for Glurpo for state president.
Watch in amazement as this episode goes downhill from the smallest part of the hill where it started. Vote for Glurpo for state president. Now, I am not a big government aficionado. Do states have presidents, Larry?
I'm sure Texas in the 50s still did. Yes.
Oh, shit. Possibly. All right.
Yeah, it was Texas.
Somebody Google that and never tell me the truth.
Glurpo would have to adapt for new audiences. The first thing to go was, thankfully, the rubber mask. But how did they paint his face? By the time Phillips took on the role in the mid-60s, Glurpo's clownishness was manifested only in his antics and silly suits. Later, that decade, after Rogers died in 1965 and the new owners added a volcano set piece, the show was redesigned to incorporate a Polynesian theme. Of course
Perfect,
it was.
of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's obviously from A to B. How do you not?
That's when Glurpo the Clown turned into Glurpo the Witch Doctor.
Wow. I honestly was not prepared for that. Yeah, okay.
He was still doing all the same things he always did, but he would wear a wig with plastic hair, a necklace, sometimes a bracelet,
sometimes a bracelet. Exactly. You know what?
Sometimes
you don't want to
oversell
the bracelet.
Yeah, sometimes a little too fruity, and a grass skirt. Younger says the changes were an effort to keep things current.
The fuck? I don't understand people. Okay.
Okay. At some point, the show was once again redesigned, this time to depict historical events that had happened at the Springs centuries before. The characters were Anglo settlers and indigenous groups, but none of them, thank God, were named Glurpo.
Okay, so we've placed a man in a rubber mask in charge of terrifying children from the 50s, inducing serial killers, and made them solely in charge of the oxygen intake for mermaid women.
Yes.
Who were obviously under there just so before porn happened, men could watch ladies with their hair flying in the air and their boobs buoyant. Correct?
Yes, correct. Yep. I think that's a fair assessment so far.
I hate to boil it down to one or two sentences, but I think I've done it.
Oh.
And there was a pig at one point. There was a pig at one point.
There was a pig. Yes. Well, for a second, I was like, I read this. I think Glurpo was Stephen King's inspiration for It, and then I realized that was just conjecture.
I mean, it is. It is scary. It's very scary.
Now that they've changed this the pig's name. I didn't think the pig's name was Ralph. What was the pig's name?
I don't know. I don't know anymore, Larry. I don't understand. Where where did you come up with this? Who showed you this? Hit them. Hit that person.
The internet.
Hit the internet.
Um. Oh, oh, he was so popular that they added a female clown, Glurpette, and Bublio, who became Glurpo's trusty sidekick. Do we have pictures of Bublette and or Glurpette and Bublio?
Daddy, quit holding my hand so hard. You're hurting me. It's good for you.
Just stare at the clown.
Stare at the clown. Stare at the clown.
Well, I mean, dude, hold on.
I am so
Ralph the swimming pig. Sandmar. Yep, there we go.
yeah. That's a
Look at that little shit. This is what I
yeah.
should have been talking. Look at this. Look at him.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rest of this episode, guys, look up Glurpo on your own. Fuck you. This is about Ralph now. Look at him. Look at this. Look at this little champ. Just jumping in, like swimming around.
Tomorrow's BLT just swimming around.
Yeah, well, hopefully.
And you scroll down, it's more Glurpo. God damn it.
I'm hoping
this place just had two ideas. A terrifying Glurpo who was in charge of the naked women who may or may not drowned, and a pig who could do the doggy paddle. That's what they did.
Yeah, I'm hoping that this was a saltwater pool because then he'd just be nice and seasoned.
Ooh, we're gonna brine the live pig. Okay.
Okay. There's we gotta see a video of Ralph.
Yeah, okay.
This is so much better than Glurpo.
I can't stop you. Oh, okay, okay. Okay, well, here's what's happening. For the 20 of you who actually fucking watched the episode, that's fine. But what this is it's a human being with a bottle, I'm guessing with milk in it, and they are forcing the pig to swim towards the bottle as they pull it slightly away. So if you want sustenance, bitch,
look at him jump. Look at that little shit jump in there, though. He's good. He's a good little swimmer.
Yeah, that's how he gets fed. He's forced to swim while he feeds. What are we doing?
Could you hear that?
No, I could not.
I wonder if it, yeah, I'm hoping it picks up on here. Okay, there's fish. Of course, there's fish. Show me more of the pig.
The most interesting sentence ever said by man. Okay, there's fish.
Show me more fish.
Show me the
So this
fish.
is obviously like what?
Okay, that's a man in a pigtail wig. Where?
I can't believe this place shut down in the late 90s.
You can't?
I'm obviously joking.
Okay, so
that's
we're learning a lot ish.
Okay, let's go back to
this is just two idiots scrolling through.
Yeah, well,
Google this point. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's all this what this dictates.
Ralph debuted in the 1950s as part of the submarine theater. Yeah, we all know that. The show started with Ralph's famous swine dive into the water.
It's a pig jumping into a pool.
Yeah. He did it so well.
It's a pig jumping into the pool. He is the best pig who jumps in a pool ever. He has the best dive. Okay.
Huh. Ralph could be seen between shows as he rested in Ralph's Big Palace. That's what I actually that's what I call my pants.
Ralph's Big Palace. Mm-hmm. That's what I call the toilet after last night.
That's Ralph's regretful retirement home.
What is that? That's craft beer and Colombian ceviche, everyone.
Ooh. It is. That's all you get. Is
yeah, it's a fucking pig that jumped into water and then he swam around for a little bit. And everyone's like, oh. And then 5 minutes later, it's like, and then? No, that's it? Okay, good.
Yeah, I look, I really just wanted to give you.
I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at the situation. I'm mad at all of us from 70 years ago who thought that putting a nightmare in a rubber mask in the water was okay, and then he fondled or he just interfered with a pig, and then they gave him a female counterpart to also just fuel other boomers to scream at Gen Zs about how they worked their way through college when it was $750 a semester.
Yeah.
You're just gonna keep zooming in on this goddamn thing. This is nightmare fuel. That's that's a fucking Superman villain.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
No, it's more of an Aquaman villain.
Well, now that you see the fins, yeah.
Yeah, the fins.
No, this is if Namor had a gimp. That's what this would look like.
Namor's gimp, Glurpo.
Yeah.
Does he stop crime? No. What does he do? You'll see.
He does stop crime if the only crime is not accepting Namor's seed. Oh God.
Just stare at it. It gets worse the longer you look at it.
I mean, I felt bad before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but the tiny cowboy hat, it's like it's a la In Living Color, Jamie Foxx. It's so weird.
God, it is. It's hold on. There was something else that I wanted. All right. I'm gonna stop the share screen just for a second.
Thank you.
There was something else.
I need to take a breath. There's something else? Dude, I don't know if I can.
Hold on. Vamp.
All right, so it's going to be hard for me to vamp. I've drunk through the hangover into total intoxication, and I realize that I have to deal with the monthly bills after this. So I'm going to get not only a lot of trouble, but a lot of math.
Okay.
So let's see. I'm gonna watch.
There we
Smith
go.
Here.
All right.
A lot of he pets his own lips a lot when he's thinking, which is weird.
I do. I
you pet your lips. You pet your mouth.
Yeah, I do though.
Like a Pomeranian who's a good boy.
I am a good boy. I'm a good boy. All right. Here we go, Zig. This is my apology to you, and it feels appropriate for both of us this morning.
Okay, because I don't feel right. Hold on. Don't you dare move the screen. Because I have to explain what happened. Hold on. So there is an ad underneath that just was when I first logged on. Trout and or salmon. I think it's salmon jumping upstream. But the headline, having nothing to do with that, says constipated woman reportedly strained so hard on the toilet she lost 10 years of memories. And after that, there was a unicorn using a squatty potty on an Asian toilet. Sure I don't know what's happening right now, but thank you. Yeah. That was, yeah.
According to news reports out of China, a woman in Hong Kong temporarily lost 10 years worth of memories.
Temporarily.
After overstraining herself while doing a poo.
Now, sometimes poops hurt. That's just a human condition.
Sometimes, yeah.
But she shit so hard she lost the 90s? It doesn't say the most recent 10 years. It could have been, any decade in there.
10 years. It just says 10 years. It may have been the first decade of her kid's life. And she may have like an 11-year-old and just walked out and went, "Who the fuck are you?" "Mama, it's me." I don't recognize anybody named Mom. I'm going to need you to go. Oh, there's no actual article about this.
Nope. Good. You know what? I don't need the information. I just need to see all the products. Hey, look at this. This shoe's going to change your life. There's a dingo that won't eat your baby.
Hold on. It's a sponsored.
If you click on that, it's going to be... Yeah, click on it. Just see what happens to you.
Family adopts strange dog. When the vet sees him, he calls the police.
The click hole begins.
It's Glurpo.
It's Glurpo.
Glurpo. dressed as a dog. Horse keeps hugging pregnant woman when doctors look at ultrasound.
Jesus Christ, like none of this is real.
Horse, that's because she fucked that horse, and the horse just loves his wife and baby.
Yes. The only small blonde woman who needed some money in Tijuana. Anubis. Actually, it's a very good name for that dog, which has obviously been photoshopped to look like that.
Called the police on them immediately. Jason was just sitting in the waiting room, completely unaware of what was about to happen. The police were about to make him regret ever buying this dog. Scroll down
to continue. Keep scrolling. It's never going to happen. It's just advertisements. It's more click holes, Larry.
No more click holes.
It's a jackal that sucks you off for 12 cents a piece.
Oh, man.
Anubis, the sucking off jackal.
The sucking off jackal.
Mm-hmm.
The new novel by James Patterson. All right, I knew you'd like that. It's a good. I figured the constipated woman straining so hard she lost 10 years.
Yeah, but there's no information. Just like some woman shit so hard, she's like, God, who's President Clinton?
Right. Her amnesia only lasted for 8 hours. Her family members rushed her to the hospital following the incident, but the woman's son said that the doctors found her brain was functioning normally. While she has made a full recovery, the woman did not have any recollection of suffering from amnesia.
Wait, so she shit so hard she forgot the 90s. And then when she came back, she's like, I don't remember not being able to remember the 90s.
Correct.
Yeah, okay. I'm obviously hammered.
It could have been caused by internal jugular vein valve incompetence, where blood flow to the brain is affected. The excessive force exerted during constipation could have led to an insufficient amount of oxygen being delivered to the brain. Could it have
been caused by horrific full of shit syndrome?
Horrific full of shit syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
Shit syndrome was our German professor, wasn't he?
We had a German professor? I drink away all the memories.
Just yes and it.
Yes, and that.
So what did we learn today?
Let's see. We learned that the ability for lunatics to entertain children in their own dementia is not just for this recent decades, but it's probably happened the entire time. People have always been like, you know what? I will show these children dogs ripping each other apart, but if I give them a sweetie, it's probably going to be fine. And that was 3 weeks ago.
I'm sorry, I tuned out. Could you repeat that?
I probably can't. No, what did you learn?
I learned that I probably should have spent a little bit more time on learning about the topic, as opposed to writing the cold open. I also learned that I should have practiced saying it out loud at least once before saying it out loud to you on a recording.
I think it worked.
I also learned that Ralph the Pig I thought would be a much more interesting segue. But you're right, it's just a pig that swims, and
it's a pig that jumped into the water because that's how they trained him to eat his food.
Yeah,
like that's where his food is.
And I'm not disappointed. I'm just like, well, good enough.
That'll do, pig.
God damn it.
That'll do. Oh, I'm so unfortunately proud of that.
You know what? I'm just gonna end the show now. I'm not giving you an I love you.
That tracks.
The best part's about hanging out with these guys. God damn it, son of a bitch, motherfucker.